Hello friends, I am Juli Joy of the Young Lightworkers with a very special, timely message from the angels entitled Stop the Fear, Share the Love, as channeled by Albers for Saturday, March 21st, 2020. They begin, "My dear friends, we love you so very much. Let us tell you a little story about a race of beings who forgot their connection with one another and with the Source. They were brilliant, intellectual, scientific, and very advanced in their society. They created marvelous technologies. However, in their quest to automate tasks and communications that once required true connection, they started to create greater and greater emotional separation. In time, they became so technologically oriented and so separated that they forgot how to connect with their hearts, with one another, and thus how to connect with the loving Source. In their forgetting, they did not remember the light during their passing out of third-dimensional reality. Thus, they didn't go back into the light. Instead, they formed large colonies of beings in a plane of existence between the third dimension and heavenly. In this state, they knew no other source of power except for the energy generated by others. They became parasitic race of beings, stirring up emotional energy wherever they could find it, so as to perpetuate their existence in the in-between. Without the energy of others, their energy, now unable to experience its loving connection with Source, would simply melt back once again into the light. They feared their demise, not realizing that in dissolving into and surrendering to the light, they would find their souls once again. This race of energetic beings still exists. They influence the weak-minded and stir them into states of fear and anger, not because they are evil, but because they can only live off the energy generated by others. These beings influence any who are willing to allow themselves to be possessed by fear and anger. They are, in a sense, the viruses of the energetic universe who cannot exist without a willing and weakened host. These beings sometimes conceive of a grand plan to create massive amounts of fear on your planet. They make use of a naturally occurring phenomena like a virus and guide those tending towards fear to stir it into a terrifying global phenomenon, and thus they create quite a feeding frenzy of fear. However, in the midst of all this chaos, God is still God. Light is still light. And in the greater balance, you will see amazing good emerging from this amazing chaos. Those beings who sought to stir up the fear will find that they ultimately stirred up more love, more cooperation, more neighborliness, more pristine waters and cleaner air, a resilience in human hearts, minds, bodies, and souls that says, we not only survived this chaos, we are now thriving. It will take time, but just as any virus lives under the illusion that it could live forever off the host, these energies live in the illusion that they can stir up enough fear to live forever. In truth, the love that emerges will starve them off, and you will enter a greater time of love, light, and unity on your planet. You will find yourselves unified as one human race, regardless of race, creed, color, or belief. A time of new light, new love, new connection, new unity, and new care for the environment is upon you. Bear with the chaos for a while. Be prudent about your health rituals. Treat one another with kindness and take care of your basic needs and comforts. If you are temporarily out of work, spend the time going inward and creating your future, or spend the time in connection with loved ones. If you are working amidst the chaos, take very good care of yourself so you can continue to serve. If you are sick, take heart and be courteous of others. You cannot ever die before your time, and if it's not your time, you can emerge stronger. In truth, well-being, light, love, joy, prosperity, peace, and love are always currents flowing through the universe. You can just as easily tap into them as you can tap into fear, upset, and darkness. In the light, your body chemistry is strong and vital. In fear, your body chemistry changes and allows these viruses to take root. They cannot live without darkness. They spread with fear. They are a creation of beings lost in illusion, and they spread only because of the illusions that you could possibly ever be controlled by an external entity. You are light. You are love. You are the divine embodied in human form. How can a microscopic bug wreak so much havoc in your society? Fear. Fear is the virus. Faith, love, and joy are the ultimate antidote. Dear ones, instead of focusing on fear and upset, focus on the good that is coming out of this situation, and you will draw it forth more quickly and kindly as a result. As we see it, global compassion is spreading more quickly than the virus. For the first time in perhaps your history, the entire world has been made equal. Viruses do not distinguish between race, creed, or color. They don't care if you are rich or poor, famous or humble. The world is coming to a realization that these superficial distinctions don't really matter. You are all in it together. There is also good emerging as a result of the vast amount of people that are staying at home. Pollution to your planet is drastically reduced. People are being forced to go within and be with themselves. As a result, everyone is being forced to become more self-aware, to grow, to consciously choose to seek the positive rather than sitting alone with one's own negative thoughts. While your economy is currently taking a dip into the pool of fear as well, it too will resurrect and proceed with business as usual. Dear ones, there is so much good coming of this. People are craving more real connections than ever before, even as they are forced to social distance. People are being more neighborly, wanting to help one another, and showing true compassion for those among you who require more love and care. People are turning more strongly to God because they intuitively sense that a relationship with the source of love itself is the answer. They are right. Dear ones, love is the answer. Your viruses float in and around you on a daily basis. You have them in your bodies. You have cancers floating around. You are a chemical cocktail of helpful and hurtful entities, all living in a beautiful colony that you call the body. You, the soul, are in charge of this community of trillions of cells, proteins, and more. You are the one who decides to send love to this community and make it feel supported, coordinated, and harmonious. Or you can send fear to the body, in which case each cell clearly realizes you are pinching off its source of well-being. Better, so much better, to let the love flow. In this fashion, the social and biological effects of the virus will die off with the uprising of love and the subsequent death of fear. God bless you. We love you so very much. Signed, the Angels. This was channeled by Albers. Her website is visionsofheaven.com. This message, as well as many other lovely messages, can be found on the Sananda website, as well as voyagesoflight.blogspot.com. I am Juli Joy of the Young Lightworkers, and it's always my pleasure to bring you these beautiful messages from the angels.